project in downtown Augusta. What local business owners have to say about the construction straight ahead as News at 10 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 10 on MeTV.
Good evening, I'm Isabella Moody. Thank you for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with today. There was a work session about the Safe Streets for All action plan with Mead and Hunt to show Aiken City Council to discuss their findings, and city leaders say SR&L remains part of the project and talks are ongoing as construction moves forward. Some downtown Augusta business owners are heading to City Hall. The Broad Street project is on its way to the Central Business District, and this will impact traffic patterns and parking. Tuesday, business owners from the area are scheduled to discuss with commissioners the project's design and management. Commissioners say the two big issues are parking and communication.
We asked engineering to come back and have either equal or more parking spaces, as well as communication. Communication's key for the downtown area, especially when they start closing other roads. That way it gives a little bit of planning ahead.
Broad Street businesses we talked to are expressing concerns about the pending construction and what the city will be doing to lessen the impact. Time now for our first check of the weather with Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Chachi.
Well, Isabella, we had a beautiful weekend, lots of sunshine and warm temperatures, but this morning we traded out the sunshine for some cloud cover, and we also had some scattered light showers come through. This rainfall was beneficial, though, as we are still under a drought across the CSRA, but we definitely didn't get a whole lot of rain. For the most part, just trace amounts, but notice some slightly higher amounts over in our western and southern line counties, over 1/10 of an inch in some places like Crawfordville and Wrightsville, even over 1/4 of an inch. At Augusta Bush Field, we picked up just under 1/10 of an inch. Our temperatures were overall right around average for this time of the year, a couple degrees above average with our low of 48 and a few degrees below with our high of 70. But I'll tell you, it definitely felt much cooler than it did over the weekend, and that's all due to the cloud cover. So on satellite and radar, we still have the dense cloud cover. It's starting to clear, though, in our northwestern counties from Wilkes down to around Hancock, and we're now done with the rain. So high pressure settling in. That'll bring us lots of sunshine tomorrow as that cold front exits. And right now on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam into Emmanuel County, they had some light showers a few hours ago, but now it's completely dry. Still some breezy conditions with the cloud cover lingering over the next few hours. Winds are coming out of the west, sustained up to around 10 miles per hour, and the gusts are currently up to around 20. Even 21 now in Aiken, 17 in Waynesboro, 20 in Gibson. And right now those temperatures are in the upper 50s through low 60s. Still pretty mild out there. 61 in Barnwell and Allendale, 64 in Augusta, Crawfordville at 57, and only 56 in Washington. Once those skies clear overnight, we will drop down to those mid-40s by the 7 o'clock hour. And looking ahead, lots of sunshine, but maybe a stray shower tomorrow. I'll have a look at your future cast coming up, and back to you, Isabella.
Thank you, Jenna. Wildfires continue to burn in the Carolinas. The wildfires in Polk, Pickens, and Greenville counties continue to burn close to 5,000 acres combined. Governor Henry McMaster declared a state of emergency, and federal assistance has been approved for South Carolina to be reimbursed for most of the cost. The South Carolina Forestry Commission says the rain from last night was not enough to overcome the combination of high winds, low humidity, and debris from Hurricane Helene.
So we're trying to create what's called a fire break, where the fire will not pass beyond that line. So that's essentially what they're doing. It is very, very rough terrain, very steep, as you can imagine, and just all of the down debris from Hurricane Helene is a lot to work through. We're so thankful for all of our crews who are doing this very difficult work.
The statewide burn ban is in effect until further notice. President Trump signed an executive. Georgia state lawmakers are considering a bill that would give local school districts the power to fund charter schools. Right now, charter schools rely solely on state funding. New data released by the State Charter Schools Commission of Georgia shows more than 21,000 students are on charter school wait lists. Advocacy groups and charter schools are now pushing lawmakers to cut the red tape and get more funds to keep charter schools from shutting down.
I'm here because we have such incredible demand for seats at our schools. We currently have about 4,000 students on the wait list for our two existing campuses. We are seeking to open additional seats. We are seeking to open additional campuses to accommodate this demand. But there's just a lot of legislative problems standing in the way.
State lawmakers have until April 4th to approve this bill. legislative session comes to a close.
It's going to be a sunny and dry rest of the week, other than a stray shower here and there. And temperatures are going to be warming up. We'll be back in the low 80s soon, and gusty winds at times. I'll have your full Viper 6 forecast right after this break.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. Last Friday, I had a super fun school visit over at Brookwood Elementary, right around the corner here in Grovetown. I visited this awesome group of fourth grade students. They were so engaged the whole time and excited to learn about the weather. But I will say they already knew a lot about weather instruments, and we even had a few people already wanting to be meteorologists one day. But I think by the time the presentation ended, we had a lot more students interested in becoming meteorologists. And at the end, they did a great job coming up and presenting their forecast. And also a special shout out to the staff here. All the teachers were so wonderful. Here's a look now at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam over at Washington Road. We still have the cloudy skies, but no more rain in sight. 64 degrees, a west wind of 9 miles per hour, dew points in the upper 50s, visibility at 10 miles. Now, temperatures are starting to fall in our northwestern counties where skies are becoming clear. 59 in Thompson and Sparta, but 61 still in Louisville, Augusta at 64, 63 in Aiken, and 60 up in Saluda. So here comes the cold front. Once this moves out, high pressure is taking over for tomorrow, so it will be a nice sunny Tuesday for us. Winds will be breezy at times, up to around 20 to 25 miles per hour, and then close to 30 miles per hour on our Wednesday. And that's because we'll still have a series of some weak disturbances moving through. But here's tomorrow at 6 a.m., cold front out to sea, high pressure up the east coast. We'll start to see a northwest wind coming in at first, but then you can see winds shift and come in from the south ahead of another cold front. So we're going to be warmer tomorrow, but then we cool back down again on Wednesday, at least slightly. And on Wednesday, a few passing clouds, maybe a stray shower, but then high pressure is back in control Thursday, and it will be sunny and dry over the next couple of days after that. Now for tomorrow, overall, a sunny day with temperatures starting out chilly around 45 and then climbing to 75 at 2 p.m. Those high temperatures are going to take that dip back down to 72. But notice tomorrow we're at 79, and then we're up to 80 on Friday, and those low 80s continue into next week. Now, it does look like for that first week of April, we are going to be sitting above average all across the southeast. So a very warm start to the new month right around the corner. Our low temperatures tonight will be in the mid 40s, so definitely still chilly, and highs tomorrow will soar above average into the upper 70s. Now here's a look at your 10-day forecast. You can see the breezy conditions with a stray shower here and there, but overall a sunny and mostly dry week. Back to 80 on Friday, and keep in mind with the sunshine, we also have low humidity, and that could lead to some fire danger concerns. And with these gusty winds, that can also keep the pollen continuing to spread around. And I know this allergy season has been pretty rough for a lot of us.
Yeah, it sure has. Thank you, Jenna. And speaking about spring, it's beautiful, but allergy sufferers, it can be a tough time.
And meteorologist Miller Hyatt is here now to break down that current pollen situation here in the CSRA.
Hey everybody, meteorologist Miller Hyatt here, and as you know, it's a pollen palooza out here in the CSRA. And as we look at our pollen types and levels, right now we're seeing trees in the very high category. So that's probably why you're sneezing a lot. And then interestingly, we are seeing grass pollen now showing up earlier than usual at moderate levels. Thankfully, wheat pollen is low for now. So you're probably wondering, why are we seeing such high pollen right now? Well, there's three things that we are looking at. One is the warm and dry weather that we've been dealing with. Two is the windy conditions that's carrying all that pollen around. And then three, the tree stress. We've seen a lot of damaged trees from Helene, and that is allowing for more pollen to be released into the air. So as we take a look at pollen season as a whole, right now we're in March, so that means we're in tree pollen season. Take note that April is the highest overall pollen count month, so it's only going to get worse from what we're seeing right now. And tree pollen season can continue all the way into early May. And if we have a dry April, that means it's going to be prolonged. As we go into summer, though, we transition into grass pollen season, which begins as early May, continues as late as early August. And then we go into wheat pollen, which begins as early as mid-August and can continue all the way through the fall into early November. And I'll have a closer look at what to expect as we go further into the year and what pollen that we're going to be seeing on my blog, Beyond the Forecast, on WJBF.com.
Get ready to groove Augusta.
Coming up, 3 Augusta Christian baseball players signed to play college baseball. Hear each of their success stories in sports.
It's traumatizing when you have a sick child. Then you are tired, very, very tired. The doctors told us, you are a part of the medical team. You need to sleep, eat, drink, shower, because when you are healthy, you can take care of your child. The Ronald McDonald House is next to the hospital. They have a washing machine, kitchen, beds were very good, but it's also being with parents of other children that are sick. So you can talk and you can cry, maybe you can laugh, but it's very important for healing yourself. The house understood what our needs were. There was someone that gave you a hug, a cup of tea, and that's very important, just to have someone who is taking care of you a little bit.
What kind of future do you want?
Is rainy weather putting a damper on your day? Enter to win your very own live Viper 6 umbrella today. Visit WJBF.com and click on Contest and fill out the entry form for your chance to win.
Getting your hands on a live Viper 6 umbrella has never been easier.
That's right. Lucky winners will be announced weekdays on News Channel 6 at 6.
Who knows? It could be you.
Sponsored by Busby's Heating and Air. When quality matters, call Busby's. Trusted since 1945. Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
Augusta Christian High School is in the middle of baseball season, but the Lions had 3 baseball seniors signed to further their careers playing college baseball. The seniors include pitcher Braxton D. Hart, playing at Community College of Baltimore County. Shortstop Ethan Duckworth will play at Lander University next year. Finally, pitcher Manny Wilkins will compete at Truett McConnell University. It also marks the 2nd consecutive year where all of the Augusta Christian seniors will play college baseball, a program that's also won back-to-back state championships. Now, each player has a different story, but friends and family have been supporting them every step of the way.
You know, 5, 6 years old, maybe a little older than that, Little League, you know, just doing the basics. And then as you get up through middle school, it's just, I barely remember some of it, but I remember freshman year. Freshman year was rough, and it's constant 24/7. You're doing something.
Spent 6 weeks in Lakeland, Florida, at the Florida Baseball Armory, down in Lakeland, and I improved my fastball by about 5 miles an hour, and it was a good time in my development.
I had a really rough summer, and then all of a sudden I go to this camp. I talked to some of the coaches, and they come to one of my games and they give me a scholarship offer. I was really happy because I entered a really good school.
Congrats to all 3 on playing baseball at the next level. For the 11th consecutive year, the South Carolina Gamecocks are Sweet 16 bound after beating Indiana on Sunday in the round of 32. And head coach Dawn Staley is also one of 4 finalists for the Naismith College Coach of the Year. Staley is now a finalist for the 8th time in her career. She's also the only 4-time winner in the award's history. That goes for both men's and women's basketball. She's going for her 5th Coach of the Year award this year. Staley is up against the head coaches of TCU, UCLA, and USC. The Gamecocks put together their 4th consecutive 30-win season, and they lead the nation with 16 Quad 1 wins.
Didn't think we were just going to walk over 2 opponents in the 1st and 2nd round, but getting to a Sweet 16 is hard. It's hard, and to do it in as many consecutive years that we've done it, it doesn't get old. It's not taken for granted, and we cherish the opportunity to move to the 2nd weekend in the NCAA tournament.
The Gamecocks will play the winner of Alabama and Maryland on Friday in Birmingham. And the Annika Foundation is a nonprofit founded by World Golf Hall of Famer Annika Sorenstam. She is hosting the More Than Golf Invitational, a 54-hole women's collegiate competition at Old Barnwell. Augusta U and Georgia Southern will compete alongside 10 other college golf programs. The event begins Friday and runs through Sunday. In football, Augusta native and current Memphis Showbass coach
personal reasons. 1 week before the UFL football season, the ARC grad was also an All-ACC at Georgia Tech. He also played for the Atlanta Falcons. He led the Arizona Cardinals to a Super Bowl berth and also coached for the Tennessee Titans. That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
And last but not least, March is Women's History Month, and some young girls in the Low Country are getting a lesson that they can be whatever they want to be.
How a South Carolina Fire Department is sparking embers for the future generations of female firefighters.
Daniel Cobb has the story. Sparking embers, interest, and empowerment. Beaufort Port Royal Fire Department is back with their annual program that helps high school girls seek a firefighter career.
I never really thought I could do it. I got into the health professions, and then I just said, you know what, I'm going to go for it.
Tawana Kozlowski, a firefighter with the Beaufort Port Royal Fire Department, taking that passion and working to get the next generation of female firefighters to follow in her boots.
I think it's really important to see that it can be done.
That's what the Sparking Embers Fire Boot Camp is all about. A free 4-day training program for rising female freshmen to seniors in high school.
They get to do anything that we require of our firefighters for that week.
Learning CPR and first aid, washing the truck, trying on gear, climbing the ladder, and most importantly, battling a fire.
Everything's the same as the guys.
Chief Tim Ogden says they have 3 amazing female firefighters right now. This program hopefully opening the possibility to even more in the future.
We see a lot of female firefighters that come to work for us that love this job, have the passion for the job, and can do the job. And a lot of them just don't realize that it's a type of job that they can do until they come here and they see that it's something they really enjoy doing.
That was super cute.
Yeah, that was awesome to see. And, you know, speaking of fires, unfortunately with all the sunshine, low humidity, and gusty winds this week, we will have that fire danger threat. So be sure to refrain from outdoor burning still. And also keep in mind that we will have some high pollen levels throughout the week with all these gusty winds blowing that pollen around. So that'll be the case over the next few days. Maybe a stray shower here and there, a few clouds passing by, but overall mostly sunny and dry. Our temperatures are in the 70s for now, but then we'll be up to 80 degrees on Friday. Mostly cloudy and warm to start the weekend, and then we'll see a few showers and storms Sunday into Monday of next week. But overall, a very spring-like next 10 days with those 70s and 80s.
The news continues at the top of the hour on News Channel 6 at 11.
Hogan's Heroes is next here on MeTV.
Have a great night.